So there's a lot of media hype about entrepreneurship these days, and entrepreneurs are the new rock stars, and you see a lot of stories about people that have left the corporate workforce, and they've followed their own dream, and they're all very happy. And I tend to have a slightly different view, and my view is entrepreneurship is really hard, like properly really hard.
Well, it's much harder than working for a paycheck.
Much harder. So in the last year or so, I've interviewed close to 1,000 business owners, and obviously throughout the years, I've met with a lot of them, and it's just consistently really hard work, and it's I think that has been lost in the whole glorification of entrepreneurship, and it's never been easier to start a business. There's when I was starting a business even 15 years ago, the amount of money you had to spend on IT and infrastructure and office space and all of that was just huge compared to today. So it's a lot easier. That doesn't mean it's easy. And so I push back a little bit, and I think there's one of the interesting things that I see right now is a lot of top entrepreneurs are actually going back and working with companies. So you kind of look at a Google and you say, well, why Google Ventures, for example, or Google X, why are some of the top entrepreneurs in the world going to work in a job if being in a job is such a bad thing? And the reality is that entrepreneurship is about taking resources and creating something from that. And actually, when you're in a corporate environment, often cases you've got access to far more resources than the average entrepreneur would ever have. People would kill to get that kind of access. So I think actually what people are striving for is not the entrepreneurial freedom, they're striving for creative freedom. And I think one of the mistakes people make is thinking that you can get creative freedom by becoming an entrepreneur. And actually, you speak to any entrepreneur, especially ones that are sort of struggling, they'll tell you they've got no creative freedom.